Hey, everybody. I started working in China in 2003, working in orphanages in huge cities. Right? Each one of these cities had a fast food chain. Each one of these fast food chains had safe water for their customers. So how is it that you can have a McDonald's, sometimes in the same community, sometimes within blocks of an orphanage, but that orphanage doesn't have water for the children under their care? Right? And water is the very thing that threatens their fundamental health and development. How do we ensure that those children have access? Well, in 2004, I started investigating this by sneaking into my first McDonald's. I bribed the person in the front to let me into the back. And I started writing down parts numbers, right? And I spent the next 3 years really trying to study their supply chains, their maintenance schedules, their service provisions, their filtration technology. How did they do that at scale? So in 2007, I started an organization focused on really flipping the script on who the end user is in this process. Instead of a paying customer at a McDonald's, why not for students at a poor school, right? Instead of a Starbucks, why not a street shelter? And if it's good enough for guests at a Hilton, it's damn sure good enough for patients at a pediatric hospital in the same community. So right now, my organization is in 7 countries. And we think of our footprint the way that a corporation does. Right? They don't want to do pilot projects forever, nor do we. They want total coverage of a particular population, and so do we. So to localize this, if you think of Bangkok, right? 7-Eleven goes in and they want every one of their stores. And if you've been there, you know they're on every street corner. They want all of them to have safe water. Why aren't we thinking at that scale, right? Zoom into Nepal. Go even closer to Kathmandu. Why not clean water for every school? That's where we're headed. So right now, we're only at 15% coverage. But by 2020, every public school in Kathmandu will have safe water, clean hands, and improved sanitation. But even step it back further, right? When McDonald's looks at China, they want every medium to large-sized city. Why can't we think at that scale? There's an orphanage in every one of those cities. And in this instance, why don't we beat them to the punch? Well, we are. So we started our project 5 years ago. And in 6 months, we will announce that every single orphanage in China has clean and safe water. But it means nothing if the water stops flowing, right? When corporations think about their sustainability plans, they're not thinking in weeks, months, and single-digit years, and we need to be that sophisticated as well. We need to think in decades, right? If that water stops flowing in year 4, we've done a good job, but ultimately it's a Band-Aid. So we're taking this long-term thinking and coupling it with really aggressive growth plans, targeting overpopulated cities, really crappy water, and children living on the margins. So that by 2020, we will be in 16 countries, serving more than 1 million children a day. But what is cooler, and this is much cooler, if we get this right, if we do the supply chains, the governmental buy-in, the approvals, the community support, we will get that number to 0. Right, listen, the last thing these countries need is just another NGO coming in and overstaying their welcome, distorting their economies, perpetuating cycles of dependence. Right? If we are worth our weight, we will be creating the environment to make sure that those projects scale, but nurturing the partnerships to make sure they last long after we are gone. We do not want to be just another NGO. Hold us to it. Thank you.